Hi, I'm Jimmy Sharp. I'm the owner and distiller at John Emerald Distilling Company in Opelika, Alabama. And this is our barrel room where we age our single malt whiskey. It's the first legally made whiskey in Alabama since Prohibition. It's we do some special aging techniques. You notice these barrels are a little smaller than your average barrel. A traditional whiskey barrel is 53 gallons. These are 15-gallon barrels, so what we call a quarter cask. We use the smaller barrels because it helps speed up the aging because the surface contact of the oak and the whiskey increases as the barrel gets smaller. That helps us get a more mature product in a quicker period of time. We also heat and cool the room to artificially create season changes. So right now it's warm in here, even though it's cold outside. And if you were standing here, you'd smell the barrels are actually sweating. As the barrels heat, they expand. They release what's called the angel share loss, the part that evaporates out. So you're actually almost getting a vaportini effect right now. So, but yeah, so that's where we age our single malt whiskey. There's a lot of our finished product all around, and then over here some other products we have aging. That when our whiskey goes into a virgin cask, and so when the whiskey comes out, we age other products in the used whiskey barrels. So we have some of these barrels are rum, some are muscadine brandy. We have some experimental batches of some aged gin going right now. We also have some fig liqueur working right now. That's also an experimental batch that we hope to have out late spring. So this is our production area. Basically, we got a mash tun over there in the corner, the tank with the door open. When we do mashes, after the mash is done, we transfer it to one of these square tanks over here, which are the fermenters, where the yeast are added. Then we basically make what we call distiller's beer. From that point, when it's done, it takes about a week. We transfer over here to distill, and that's where we turn that distiller's beer into whiskey. Or if we fermented rum, it would be making rum or gin, whatever the case may be. But this is called a hybrid pot still. It's designed for quality over quantity, so you don't get as much result or much volume out of it, but you get better quality spirits out of it. And so that's.
Is the top part copper?
It is copper.
Why is
copper is a critical part. Originally, stills were made with copper because copper was the available metal in that point in history that could be shaped into a still shape. But unbeknownst to the people at the time, the copper actually is there's a compound that forms in fermentation called dimethyl sulfite. And brewers have different things that they do to get rid of it, like basically boiling. But we don't boil as for when you're going to distill it. For other reasons that are different, but the copper catalyzes it's called DMS. When it makes contact with copper, it gets catalyzed and it's no longer, it's benign. And if you didn't have copper, you'd get from that DMS, you'd get a sulfury note flavor in your spirit. So copper is an important part of the chemical reactions in the still, basically. Yeah. And this is our super high-tech bottling line. It starts over here. You got the bottle rinser that's homemade, and then we have the bottle filler, and then we have the corking station where you pretty much that's your hands, and then I don't have a bottle. That's the labeler there, and then we put shrink wraps on it, run it through a shrink tunnel, load it in the pallets, and case it up. And
Tell us about these animals on your.
Oh yeah, we each one of our products is named for a different ancestor. In this case, it's Gene Spiced Rum. It's named for my grandfather on my mother's side, and the whole company, John Emerald, is named for my grandfather's first and middle name. And then we went to our designers that designed our labels and went to them with that concept, and they came up with the animal idea. And just for our own fun, we tried to apply the animal I guess a spirit animal, I guess you will. That doesn't sound too weird. But apply the animal to the right personality. Like our aged rum, which is called our Spurgeon's rum, named for my great-grandfather, who was called Spurge as a nickname. But we gave him the rooster because he was like a big, kind of cocky, loud kind of guy. So he got the rooster. So so that was the fun of the animal. But also it's a good kind of marketing technique so people it's a recognizable image. So someone forgets the name, they can say, oh, I had this rum. What was it called? I don't know. We had a rabbit on the label, and then you can, hopefully your buddies can find it on the back bar at the restaurant or the bar or at the package store.
That's a great story.
Yeah. And then we have a few other equipment now. Just some different tanks for different kinds of processes. This is our test still right here. So anything we do experimental, we do on that. It's a 25-gallon still, as opposed to a 350-gallon still. And so that's, if you're going to do something new, it's better to mess up a 25-gallon batch than a 350-gallon batch.
I would agree.
And then we're in the process of building a kitchen back here, but it is definitely in process. We're going to soon add offer food, but that's in the next month or so. This is where you can come and have a cocktail or buy a bottle for that matter.
So people can come in here and actually buy the bottles.
Yeah, state law loosened up last year, so we were allowed to sell 3 bottles per person per day. The year before that, we could sell 1 bottle per person per day, and the year before that, we could sell no bottle per person per day. So now it's all going the right direction. So
Oh, that's good. Because Alabama liquor laws can get confusing.
yeah, but that's also because they keep changing them. And fortunately, as of the last probably 4 or 5 years, have been improving them, I think, and kind of taking a second look and getting a little smarter about what makes sense for the industry
And Alabama makers.
That's right, exactly. It hasn't been his Alabama makers, so there hasn't been a lot of cause to relook at these laws. But now luckily there's been a reasonable appetite for legislation and ABC to take a good look at stuff and see what's working, what's not, and that kind of thing. So, but every year we get a little 1 or 2 things, small details tweaked in the right direction.
Well, tell us where you're located, and tell us what your hours are.
Okay. We're located in downtown Opelika. We're on 706 North Railroad Avenue. We're open right now Wednesday through Sunday, 4 to midnight on every day except Saturday. We're open at noon to midnight, and then you can come in. You can take tours. You can do have cocktails. Whatever you like, and buy bottles. And then our products are available throughout the state. We've got some new work we're pushing for. So starting in January, we should start popping into even more stores than we ever were in before. So we should be in about 60 stores, ABC stores throughout the state, going into the new year.
So you are in the ABC stores
right.
for Alabama. Just in the select stores, or?
Well, we're definitely in all the select stores, and that's what we're doing now. We're expanding into more stores going into the new year.
And how about private package stores?
We're getting more and more of those all the time. That's kind of up to them as we go through. But we're definitely. I think we're probably in give or take 15 different private package stores throughout the state, and we expect that to grow a little bit as we go along.
Good. So is that all you would like to tell us?
Sure, yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
We have really enjoyed it.
Thanks.